Hey there, movie fans. Welcome to the Blues of January, my first Blu-ray update of 2013. And as you all expect, I'm going to make two YouTubers happy by giving them a shout out. And the first one goes to Cheat Low, or Evil Todd, that's what he calls himself. He's a very nice person. He always leaves nice comments on my videos. And he doesn't have videos of himself, but he told me that he will make some videos pretty soon. And of course you can find the link to his channel below. The next YouTuber I'd like to give a shout out to does have videos, and he has some really great and interesting videos as well. His name is, or his YouTuber name is Magic Hour Movie Man. Yeah, great YouTuber, great channel, definitely worth subscribing to. So yeah, two great YouTubers, go check them out, the links are below. Cheat Low and Magic Hour Movie Man. Okay, and now let me show you my Blu-ray purchases of January. As most of you know, Play.com will stop as a retail business, and they will continue as a marketplace seller. And I picked up some of their exclusive Steelbooks, the ones that I really wanted to have before they might get overpriced and all. And this is one of them, Children of Men, which is a brilliant science fiction film with these incredible long take scenes. And here's a look at the artwork on the back cover. Beautiful artwork, by the way. And yeah, terrific film. Charlie Hunnam is also in the film. Charlie Hunnam is better known as Jax from Sons of Anarchy. And I did not know that he was British. I always thought that he was an American actor, but he originally is from England, and I did not know that. And I also picked up the Steelbook of Carlito's Way. Great film by Brian De Palma with Al Pacino and Sean Penn. And here's a picture of the two of them. Very bad hairdo by Sean Penn there. Great film, and two beautiful Steelbooks as well. And I also picked up the very last exclusive Steelbook from Play.com, and that is Lawless, a Prohibition-era gangster film directed by John Hillcoat. John Hillcoat also is the director of The Proposition and The Road, two films that impressed me very much. I cannot say the same about Lawless. Don't get me wrong, Lawless is a very good film, but it isn't impressive as those other two. But it is a beautiful Steelbook, by the way. It had these debossed bullet holes. There's more on the back there. Looks very beautiful. And there's some great actors too. Tom Hardy, Jessica Chastain. She's doing very well at the moment, especially because of the success of Zero Dark 30. I cannot wait to see that film. Guy Pearce, he easily steals the show in this film. He plays an insane, obsessive, psychotic ATU agent who loves to wear perfume, and he doesn't have any eyebrows, and a very crazy character that he portrays in this film. But yeah, very good film, Lawless. And that's pretty much it, for my Blu-ray or Play.com Steelbooks. I know they have much more, but these are the ones that I really wanted to have, and yeah, I'm happy to have them, of course. And I'm also happy to have this Steelbook. This is a Future Shop exclusive Steelbook, a Canadian Future Shop, by the way, Steelbook of Looper. Great film. I would love to say much more about this film, but this is really one of those films that the less you know, the more surprised you will be. So all I can say is, go watch it. You will not be disappointed. Well, at least I wasn't disappointed. And this is a beautiful release. It comes with this, lenticular cover there, which is a magnetic sleeve that you can take off, of course. Look at the back there. Yeah, it's a great film. I thought Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he did pretty good. He wasn't always convincing as a young Bruce Willis, but there are times that some of the expression on his face kind of reminds me of Bruce Willis. So I think he did a pretty good job on that. So yeah, go check it out. Looper, brilliant film. Next up is the H&V exclusive steelbook of Total Recall. Now, you've undoubtedly heard this. Also, H&V is bankrupt, which is quite a shame. And I think this might be my last purchase from H&V. Although I did pre-order the Skyfall steelbook, and I hope they will deliver that one. Well, I'm not really sure if they are going to deliver that one, but anyway, the Total Recall remake. I had my doubts about this film. I thought that it was going to be as awful as the other Colin Farrell remake, which is Fright Night. I thought, people said that the Fright Night remake was fun and entertaining. And I didn't thought it was fun, and I didn't thought it was entertaining. I thought it was incredibly boring, and I was afraid that this might be the same thing with Total Recall as well. But I actually enjoyed it. I'm going to be very honest with it. I really enjoyed it. Of course, like we all agree, the original is so much better. It's better on every level. And people say that this version doesn't have any humor and it takes itself too seriously, and I completely agree with that. I mean, it's completely the opposite of the original. The original is doesn't take itself seriously, and it's full of humor. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I did not expect to enjoy it, to be honest. I thought the visual effects was quite good. It's just, you have to see it as a mindless piece of Hollywood entertainment. And talking about mindless pieces of Hollywood entertainment, here is Judge Dredd. This is the German steelbook. Of course, this is the Stallone version. I've always liked this movie. I've seen it a couple of times, and I always enjoyed it. I always liked it. I was a fan of Judge Dredd, of the Judge Dredd comic books back in the day, and I wasn't one of those fans that was pissed off by the fact that Stallone took his helmet off. I know that was, I know that's sacrilege to the hardcore fans, because Judge Dredd never takes his helmet off, and. But I always liked it. I always enjoyed it, and the one thing that I absolutely do not like is Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider, he's incredibly annoying and extremely irritating. I mean, there was a YouTuber who named him the Jar Jar Binks of Judge Dredd, and I thought that was a perfect way to describe him. I don't know who said that. I think it was Film Fan Pete. Yeah, I believe it was Film Fan Pete who described him that way. I thought that was a great way to describe Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider, I mean, I never really liked him. I think he's one of the most unfunny actors around. But anyway, enjoyable film, Judge Dredd. And of course, I also picked up the reboot of Judge Dredd, or Dredd 3D. This is certainly much better than the Stallone version. This film is incredibly awesome and fantastic. And the slow motion scene. Now, I never actually had the chance to watch this film in 3D at the cinema. I really wanted to see this on 3D, especially now that I've seen the movie, because those slow motion scenes, they look amazing. I'm curious to know what they look like in 3D at the big screen. Yeah, fantastic film. Carl Urban, I think he's brilliantly cast as Judge Dredd. He has that same that same mug on his face as the Judge Dredd in the comic books. I think he did a fantastic job, and they originally planning to do a trilogy, and I know that this film didn't do very well. I mean, it doesn't really cost that much. I think it was a $50 million movie, but it didn't do very well. Or maybe they did got their money back. I'm not really sure, but I hope they will be giving the chance to complete the trilogy. To make the other two films, because this looked like a promising beginning, and yeah, it's a great film. Dredd 3D. Go check it out. The next 4 Blu-rays are, well, they were pretty cheap on the Amazon.de, the German Amazon, and most of them are these science fiction classic. The first one is Logan's Run. This was one of those 1970s science fiction movies that had some negative views. There is one another Blu-ray that I'm going to show you in a minute that also has a very negative dystopian view of the future world. And I know this is very cheesy and very campy, but I've always loved this film. It still looks fantastic. And there's this robot near the end of the film that is just absolutely laughable. But I've always liked these 1970s sci-fi flicks. And this is the other 1970s science fiction classic that I was talking about, that has this negative view on the future. Soylent Green with Charlton Heston and Edward G. Robinson, another magnificent film. I used to have this on DVD, but I wanted to get this on Blu-ray. It was very cheap. I got the DVD in here, kind of make a DVD and Blu-ray combo of it, which I sometimes do. This way I won't have to get rid of the DVDs. So that's very nice. Also have Outland, fantastic film with Sean Connery, High Noon in space. Very underrated film as well, by the way. I haven't seen this film for a long time and cannot wait to revisit it. I will be doing that very soon. And here's the other cheap Blu-ray that I got from Germany. Not a science fiction movie, obviously, but this is a classic race film from the 1960s. Very authentic, because it was filmed during these real racing events, Formula One racing events and all that. Has a great group of actors: James Garner, Eva Marie Sainz, Yves Montand, Toshiro Mifune, Antonio Sabato. He's an Italian actor. He was also in a couple of spaghetti westerns. But this is a great film. Also a very long film. It's almost 3 hours long, as you can see there. Directed by John Frankenheimer, who is, in my opinion, one of the unsung heroes. He did some fantastic film like French Connection 2, Seconds, and The Manchurian Candidate, the original version. He did some great films. This Grand Prix. And the last 2 Blu-rays I got are €5 each, and the first one is 12 Monkeys, a magnificent film by Terry Gilliam. This is actually my second favorite Terry Gilliam movie, by the way. His first one is Brazil. Not the studio version, of course, but his own version. There are 2 or maybe 3 versions. I'm not really sure. I think there are 2 versions. But I just realized that this is another original science fiction movie about time travel with Bruce Willis. You know, he did. Just show you Looper, and he also did this one. I mean, he has some good taste in original time travel movies. He should do another one, by the way. But yeah, €5. So this is absolutely a bargain for a great film like 12 Monkeys. And the last €5 Blu-ray is Angel Heart. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and I really have to revisit this film pretty soon, because this is a great film. I like to call it a voodoo noir. You know, it's about voodoo, and it is a film noir. Mickey Rourke, you know, this was back in the day when he was a handsome-looking guy, and he plays a detective who's being hired by De Niro, who, you know, is this mysterious businessman, and he wants Rourke to find a person that still owes him money. You know, he gets mixed up in this dirty business of, you know, dark or black magic and all that. It's a fantastic film. I do remember that it's a fantastic film. I also remember this scene with Lisa Bonet, when she kind of, you know, doing this voodoo dance and holding that chicken and slaughtering the chicken and all that. Yeah, I can't wait to revisit this film, Angel Heart. And that's it for my January Blu-ray update. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.